But as a free man, you couldn't find Jesus. As a jailed man, you found that he lives in the jail or the prison. It's too bad you didn't find him on the outside.
18 years, 14 times in front of a judge, felony after felony, and this man walks in today with a letter about Jesus, church leadership, and sobriety certificates. Jason Holt pled guilty to assaulting a police officer and retail fraud, charges that got plea deal down from an unarmed robbery. Now he's asking the judge for mercy. But Judge Olina has seen this file, and this file, it doesn't lie. Watch how this plays out, because the judge is about to say what everyone in that room is thinking.
This is docket 24795 FH, People of the State of Michigan versus Jason Jamar Holt. Counsel, your appearance for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. APA Bart Buxton on behalf of the people of the state of Michigan.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Stephen Feigelson on behalf of Mr. Holt, present and standing to my right today.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Put your hand down. Sir, have you taken any medication yesterday or today?
Yes.
Is it anything that would interfere in your ability to understand the court or this attorney?
No, ma'am.
Or your attorney?
No, ma'am.
No, okay. And is there medication you're supposed to be on that you're not on?
No.
Any sign of fever, COVID, or other illness?
No.
You've had enough time to speak with your attorney?
Yes.
And sir, you pled guilty to count one, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing, punishable by 2 years, and retail fraud, second degree, count 2, punishable by 1 year. Do you recall that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Mr. Feigelson, you're here in place of Scott Nickel,
That's correct, Your Honor.
and you're here for the sentencing. Scott was here for the pleas.
That's correct, Your Honor.
I'm going to make that correction on the basic information sheet, the cover page, and possibly in silently just check, make sure it's in there. And sir, have you had enough time to read the pre-sentence investigation report?
Yes, ma'am.
Great, thank you. I don't see, oh yes, I do. Second paragraph, second line from the bottom, and the ending speaks Feigelson, for the sentencing. Okay, any other corrections, additions, deletions on behalf of the people?
Yes, Your Honor. As you can see, the sentencing date, it was originally on the first PSI, November 20th of 2024. That should be changed to today's date.
I think it also needs to be changed on the pre-sentence case report that is sentencing date of March 18th.
Okay, so, what about the, while I'm changing these, can I also change the jail credit days?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it now?
I still think it's 54, Judge, because he's under an active sentence already for a different case.
That occurred after this.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, so the 54 is
Yeah.
correct,
Yes.
okay. Okay, I think I have all of the dates corrected. Okay. Any other corrections? Oh, yes, the incident fence.
Correct, Your Honor.
And that would be 14 and 14, so changing the sentencing date. And then I think we're good.
Yeah.
For the dates, yes, Your Honor. The additional correction I have is on 13 of 14 in his criminal history.
Okay.
In attorney present, it says unknown. I do have that case in front of me, and it looks like Jacob Raleigh was the defendant's attorney on that case, so I believe that attorney present should say yes.
We change it to yes. I take it there's no objection.
No, Your Honor, I think that does track with what our records indicate as well.
Okay.
And that is all the corrections that people have to provide.
Thank you. And do we have a victim here?
We do not, Your Honor.
All right.
I do have additional
What about
changes to the
guidelines?
guidelines, so yes. So according to the update pre-sentence investigation report, PRV 7 should be scored at 20 points due to the defendant's arrest and conviction on 2 new felonies in Eaton County. So I believe PRV 7 should be scored at 20. Additionally, Your Honor, PRV 6 is currently scored at 0. However, it appears that Mr. Holt was on probation at the time of the offense in the misdemeanor case in the 13 of 14 in his criminal history. So I believe that PRV 6 should be scored at 5 points.
Any objection to PRV 7 at 20 and 6 at 5?
None to PRV 7, Your Honor, but I believe if I'm reading the report correct, on this larceny, you were given fines and costs, is that correct? And no probation, so he wouldn't have been on probation at the time he committed this offense, Your Honor.
Okay, so PRV 6 would be 0.
That's what we're asking for, Your Honor.
Let me just double check, Your Honor, of the case notes that we have. I thought it said something different in our file. We have to check. Never mind. I apologize, Your Honor. I have no objection with that staying at 0.
Then the total PRV is 135.
135, correct, Your Honor. That would not change the level.
All right, let me change the basic information sheet and as to the other count.
Misdemeanor, so it's not
That's
scored.
misdemeanor doesn't score, so, okay. Correction has been made. No victim on behalf of the people, what would you like me to
I
know?
do have one more change, Your Honor. For the OVs,
Yeah.
OV 13 is currently scored at 0. OV 13 is in regards to a pattern of criminal behavior within the last 5 years. If you look at number 12 in his criminal history, he did plead to 2 previous counts of resisting and obstructing. Those are felony crimes. So with this being a resisting and obstructing, which is also a person crime, that would be a pattern of 3 person felonies. So I believe that OV 13 should be scored at 25.
Counsel,
No objection, Your Honor.
all right, OV 13 is 25.
That would change the total to 60. That would not change the level.
Correct,
All
Your Honor.
right, I'll change the basic information sheet. All right, changes have been made.
Thank you, Your Honor.
On behalf of the people, what would you like me to know?
Yes, Your Honor. I would agree with the recommendation from the pre-sentence case report update. Obviously, Mr. Holt has now picked up new charges. He is now in MDOC, so I would agree with the recommendation that he be sentenced to a term of 12 to 180 months with credit for 54 days to be served consecutively with his Eaton County matter, and that the retail fraud be sentenced to 54 days jail and 54 days credit.
Okay, I don't have the update.
Oh, I can give a copy of that to you, Your Honor.
Yeah. Counsel, did you have the update?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Can I approach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Got something extra in there, Bart, that you're not supposed to have?
Huh?
You got something extra in there? that-
No, I just got the two.
All right, on behalf of the defendant,
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Holt, obviously is remorseful for his action. He also is apologetic for missing court here, Your Honor. He did get sentenced to a very similar charge in Eaton County where they gave him prison time. He's actively serving that sentence. We understand he's set for parole in December. I know I'm a little confused by probation's recommendation, Your Honor. I understand the 12, but they're asking for 180 months, which is
I was
10.
just looking at that, that doesn't make any sense.
Right. What I would ask for, Judge, is he's gonna already be on parole in the other matter. I would ask to be given the credit for the time in this case and beyond. There's no reason to have duplicate probation or parole or any of the additional services offered, Your Honor. I just think you give him credit for the time that he's already been in. And then deal with it. It's gonna be the same set of circumstances for the other matter in Eaton County. I think it's an RNO retail fraud, so it's essentially the same circumstance, Your Honor. He does understand the ramifications of what's going on. He does have a place to stay when he gets out with one of his friends, Jose Varela here in Lansing. So he is looking to do the things necessary to turn his situation around, Your Honor. I'd ask that he be given credit for the time and continue his sentencing from the case of Eaton County.
Sir, what would you like me to know?
Your Honor, I have a letter here that I wrote. Read out anything. Your Honor, let me start by saying I truly do apologize for my absence, which caused time out of your day to be wasted because of my actions. I ask that this court forgives me for that. Now, I know my track record don't look good, for sure. Since my incarceration with MDOC, I made a choice to seek help for my addiction and completing ASAP, an advanced substance abuse treatment program. I've learned many skills and strategies to help me in keeping my sobriety and everyone, including myself, safe. Mindset that is now geared only wanting positive desired consequences for my actions. I use these skills that I've been practicing every day. My life, my family, and my freedom depends on it. I am now back on my meds through Michigan Department of Corrections, going through my psychologist there, who I meet with once to twice a month. As I also, her name is Miss Ribby. Use my time wisely while incarcerated. I am not only a member of the church at Parnell Kingdom Minded Ministries. I'm also part of the church's leadership team. I understand how important it is for me to stay this course. It is no longer about me being irresponsible, neglectful, and reckless, but about me now being and choosing to be the best me that I know I'm able to be. I thank God for opening my eyes before it was all too late. I have new goals, a new aim for new positive friends, positive leisure time activities. I have set boundaries that are healthy and life-changing for me to keep and for everyone around me to be safe. The criminal-minded, drug-addicted me had been lost with no aim or positive purpose. Today, I love myself. I care enough to do the right things, to make the right choices as a responsible, law-abiding citizen, even when no one but God is watching. My newfound desire and God-given purposes in life for me to be of service, of good service to others. The consequences to these services rendered are to bring me joy and also to others as well. I haven't been this peaceful in a long time, as I ask this court for mercy, have mercy on me this day of sentencing, to run my sentence concurrent with sentences currently serving, with all due respect. Also, in dealing with my ongoing drug abuse and criminal behavior, I have been participating in RSAT, ASAP program, practicing as well as applying effective communication skills with authority figures. Of course, because of all of these ARNOs that I've gathered and earned. After leaving such irrational beliefs about law enforcement, also handling social pressures by doing the right thing no matter what, I've been using new strategies like stop and think, don't get sucked in, take a deep breath, coach myself in these thoughts to keep my self-control. Another great tool is redoing irrational relief analysis, where I ponder an event, think of my belief about it, and then come up with the consequences of my old way of thinking. And then my new desired consequences. My desired consequences are to see all positive actions moving forward. I'm also I've completed successfully my ASAP program. I don't know if she can take a look at this.
Good man.
Along with the relapse prevention program. I've also earned a certificate for blood spill. And also as a POA, prisoner observation aide, where I watch over ones who are suicidal and or homicidal and within their BOC.
It's always interesting to me, sir. But as a free man, you couldn't find Jesus. As a jailed man, you found that he lives in the jail or the prison. It's too bad you didn't find him on the outside. It sounds like you could have done a lot of good on the outside instead of for the last 18 years terrorizing everybody. You've had 18 years where, and these are just the times you got caught, where you've been in front of judges and you've done some horrifying things to the community, to yourself, to your family. At what point are you really gonna learn? Because I have a feeling, although you've told me a lot of nice things, you've been in front of a lot of judges and you've said similar things. If this doesn't stick, you're gonna end up dying in prison. This has to stop now. So I really hope that you are putting some truth into those words. Because if you aren't, the truth will be that you're gonna be in a body bag or a jail cell for the rest of your life. It doesn't get better from here unless you truly put the action behind your words. And I deal in evidence, so I want to see that evidence.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I look at this record and it's horrible. It's the 14th time you've been in front of a judge. And not with one offense, but with multiple offenses, some of them life offenses. And you haven't been put away for life yet, but it's coming. So I don't know what conversation in the end you're gonna have with God, but I do know what conversation you're gonna have with the judge in a road if this continues.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's now that you decide if you wanna be a jailed man, a dead man, or a free man. Because those are your choices. You limit your choices every single time you commit a crime. And I look at this file, I don't know why you got such a good deal on this. You had, unarmed robbery, a 15-year felony, and you got pled down to a 2-year and a 1-year. I suspect this is the last of your good deals, especially if you're in front of me.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're way too old to do this. Jail's gotta get harder and harder, and prison's gotta get harder and harder every year you get older, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Well, then respect yourself enough to do good, because you know what, when you do bad things, it comes back to you 10 times, so when you do good things, it comes back to you 10 times. So decide what you want. As to count 1, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing, you will receive 12 months to 24 months in the Michigan Department of Corrections. As to count 2 is 54 days with credit for 54 days. And you'll pay a $50 state cost on that, a $68 state cost on count 1, and a $130 crime victims. Those are non-waivable. That's a total of $248, but you don't have to pay that until, I won't have that kick in until after you're released and out for 1 year. This sentence will run concurrent with what you're now serving. So it's not gonna make it worse for you. But to just give you credit for what you've served when you continue to do all of this and assault our police officers who saving lives. When you're not there for your family, they're calling 911 and those police officers are risking their lives. And you, someone like you is going to assault them, waste their time, if you don't get to save your family on time. You ever thought about that? Because the rest of us think about that. So while you are incarcerated, it sounds to me like you're doing what you need to do, but you should continue cognitive behavioral substance abuse treatment, attend trade school, and continue the good work you're doing. You have 42 days to appeal and to request appellate counsel. Now you receive your appellate rights. Sir, I hope you do well. And someday come back and show me the great things you're doing. With all these things, you're certainly capable of greatness. It's just choice. The good path or the bad one. I hope it's a good one. Come back and show me.
I'll be back to show.
Good. Good luck, sir. Thank you.
12 to 24 months, concurrent with what he's already serving. The judge gave him every chance to leave with dignity and still laid out the cold truth: jail cell, body bag, or free man. Those are your only options from here. 18 years, 14 appearances, and today, 1 final warning. So here's the question: did Jason Holt finally hear it? Or is this just another letter, another program, another promise that disappears the moment those prison doors open? Do you think the judge was right, or did this defendant waste his final real chance? Drop your verdict in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns.